Hey, what's up guys, Mikas here for the EDM Sessions. This is episode 75 and we keep on going in this mini-series where I'm mixing some track in real time with you guys to explain a little bit of the mix. You know, in the previous episode I was talking about mix engineer and what they do, and for this specific episode I'm taking episode 29, which was like a commercial progressive house track, a little bit in the genre Avicii with piano stabs, few layers, some chords and stuff like that. And today I'm gonna make you a radio mix of it. That means, you know, around 3 minutes, 3 minutes 15, maybe 3 minutes 30 at the very max, because radio mix have to be short, punchy. We're gonna go straight to the point. There's no vocal in the track, but you know, let's say that we'll leave some room a little bit for the vocals that supposedly would be in that commercial house track. And that's it. It's gonna be a 3 minute long track. I'm gonna talk about the process. I'm gonna do some mixing. I'm gonna recognize the track that's in episode 29. And by the end of this episode, I will have another template ready for our site, wemakeddancemusic.com, along the other 5,000 other DAW templates that we have onto the site. So let's get started, guys. This template loaded now. This is episode 29. If you want to get this very template, you can get it for $5. I think it's a pretty good deal for a track like that with nice chords, the layered instrument, the mix, you know, the side chain. I think it's good. So let's just have a quick listen. Of the little stabs. Continue with a bit of a melody. So how are we gonna start this? There's a question. Like for me, definitely a radio mix, I would not start with a kick. I would just do like a very short intro, something like that, and definitely add some sound effect. You know, it has to be without being overly crowded. It has to be, you know, I like to say that every second count into a radio mix, because when you're on radio you only have so much time to impress or to seduce your audience, you know, and people don't really realize this, but those radio mix, they have a lot into them. So I would do that here, do that here. Like I said, about 3 minutes long. So let's see what we have. So I'm going to set up already the length of the track. So I'm going to take this other part here. Those are 33 bars. I'm going to replicate this part. And now we're just under 3 minutes. So let's try to pack as much as we can into this little 3 minutes that we have. So let's listen to what we have. This I'm gonna bring a bit closer to the rest down here. The bass, not necessary. This backward is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna need all of that. And right away, okay, so this backward, I remember having a little bit of issues mixing it earlier, so it's good because it make a really, it's just an effect, but it's not. So what I'm gonna need now is maybe there's a reverse effect here. I'll try to add some little changes to. That's it, that's all there is. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go dig a little bit there. bit better. So you might ask why do a radio mix, because I think a radio mix is essential. I mean, if you're doing music without vocals and it's just, you know, underground deep house and techno, maybe not. But at some point in your career, you might want to, you know, break through commercially and be able to make a living off your music like everyone does. And that might not happen if you just do underground techno and stuff like that. So this is not what I would like here. So I will probably go straight away with this big stabby lead here. So if we'd have vocals, I would put a bit of vocal phrase starting here at 5. Recording? Yeah, we are recording. Everything's good. Probably be better here. So this didn't came out so strong. And then here would probably go into the main verse. So I have to think about living room for this. Imaginary singer that we have, and doing something like that. I would also do this. I'm gonna repeat this. So let's say there's a verse here, there's another verse there. I'm gonna split it a little bit by doing a little kick roll here. So you have the kick roll and then you have the noise coming in, which is, is good. So I'm gonna move forward a little bit into the mix. Adding yet another layer. That's cool. Let's send it to our reverb. It's here. So we're not yet into vocal, then we'd have to build it up a little bit. The hi-hat wasn't there right away. So let's say we had a big vocal part, now we want to bring people back onto the dancing part, or the I was gonna say the groove part. You know, you have the vocal part and then the groove part. So if you want to bring back the groove, I think a little drum roll would be in order, something like that to start. So we're gonna take those 8 bars to build slowly, maybe add some automations to it a bit later, but for now we're gonna do this, gonna do that. I'm gonna try to pick a riser from somewhere too. Because when we're coming back here, we're coming back quite strong. I'm not sure about those bells, really. No. Not for a commercial radio edit, that's for sure. So again, we have another big part going in. We have some nice addition, little synth in there that are very much in the style of this kind of Avicii radio kind of tune. Save it, of course. Here I would go a little bit lower here. Maybe bring this. So main part, groove part, then bridge to breakdown. So again, some vocals, whatever that is. And once I put drum roll, I would like to put drum rolls. I would like some risers or something, so I'm gonna have to go get some risers from somewhere, I don't know where. This is going out. Was sorry guys, that was really loud, so that was just an empty instrument channel. Need to do a bit of cleanup here. Well, we are there. You know, let's say that we have those 2 main parts here. So we have this part here. Gonna do a bit of mixing. Check out the drums first. Check out... Oh, there's not so much into the processing into this kit. Sometimes there's really... Oh, no, it's here. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So let's see what's the processing look like. Not bad. Compression, not really any. So this is for the whole kit. It's not only for this sound, so I will actually do that here without. Oh yeah, let's bring it forward a little bit. What do we have? Auto filter. That's not used. And then the delay and stuff. This is definitely not used because if you so I believe this is... Oh, I hear some noise coming from somewhere. I think my neighbors are doing some reno. Okay, so we have the drums. I'm gonna start mixing it part by part with what I think is important first. So we're gonna go with the bass line to really have the bass line set into place, hopefully to perfection. It's here. There's no compression on it yet. Let's add it. I like to put either a fat or a vintage. Yeah, the vintage had like nice kind of roundness to it. can cut it a little bit. Then I'd like to sidechain it. I'm gonna take another instance of compressor. So you might say, why do I first sidechain it and first compress it and then sidechain it? Because the sidechain part, the compression part, is to give a little bit of substance, to give like an effect to it, while the sidechain is to cut it when the drum is pumping, to leave some room in the mix for it. So I cannot do that in one step, so I'm doing it in two. Yes, you could sidechain with the other compressor, but not what I'm looking to do here. So I don't know if I have a sidechain channel set. Sidechain trigger. Does that work, or? No, it's not working because there's nothing there. So I will ignite it now. Take it. Sorry about that, guys, but I have to get to it. And once I get to it, hopefully it will work. It is working now. Is it? Sidechain trigger. Without. A little bit, not too much. And here you can see on the out we're clipping a little bit, so not that will create any distortion, but we'll keep it clean. I like better to mix with speakers when I do that, but for the purpose of this show, I have to mix it in headphones. So, okay, let's just bring the element one by one. I like this piano. Don't really want the low of it on its own in the mix. I think I'll start mixing with something else because it's not very exciting. This is this nylon synth. I think it's got a bit more substance. Oh yeah. Are we sidechaining here? No, I think we will. Give it that pumping feeling. Check the gain. I think we're in better shape. There's a nice kind of swirly effect to it too. Then we have our backward piano, which I will definitely sidechain more now. Yeah, it's not sidechain, so with the sidechain, at least in my opinion, it doesn't seem to work. The question is, why was it working for the other one but not for this one? Am I confused, lost, or something? Oh, I'm on the sidechain trigger now. I cannot. So this is the backward piano here with a compressor here, which is this compressor. Put it here. I like it better down here. Oh, I want this down here. It doesn't want to. Uh-oh, guys. We are just very close to having a bug here. I think I got the bug. And then this started to crunch in here. So it's not playing anymore. Barely. So what we do in those cases, we close Logic completely. Saving it, hopefully. and then we go back to Logic. And then the audio engine will restart and reboot. Hopefully it will work, because first the sidechain wasn't working, and then yeah, this was a bit I've never experienced something like that, but it was always a first. Okay, so let's check the compressor again. Maybe we're gonna be more lucky. That went into the right place, however. Well, if it's solo, it's not gonna work. I'm a little bit optimistic here. Still doesn't work though. And there is juice in it. Let's look at the nylon. We did the same, right? It's working on this one. Oh yeah, this is some bugs. Okay, so we're gonna stick another compressor on there. It's gonna hopefully get the signal through this time. Bus. So this is one of the reasons why I leave the whole episode, because there's bugs. It happens. I mean, I remember when I started music in 2000, the bugs were more than plenty. I couldn't make music. I think the maximum I could make music for is 30 minutes, 35 minutes without having a bug, because I was really pushing and trying to make some sounds. Now, sometimes I'd make music for like hours, and if not days, really. So, okay, we'll go back to our mix because it's a bit annoying. This, and then the bass. This sounds good. There's one thing missing here. Oh, this should be there. Why this isn't there? Okay, no, this shouldn't be there. This here. To do something with this backward bowed piano thing. It's better now. It's in the mix. What about this lead here? Cool. I think this one I wouldn't side chain. I'm gonna make it a very sharp, very quick. I would like it to recover faster, but I can't, so we just put a like a maximizer to the top, so maybe I'll drop it to higher ratio. No auto gain. And then maybe a limiter at the top. Let's see if we... And then we're gonna go into Alchemy and work it out a little bit better. I like that better. So they're just like intense plugs, so we can maybe use a little bit more volume. So now I'm trying to sidechain this. I never sidechained this, but we're... Let's hear it. Definitely upgraded the mix here. Then we have those top little... Continue. This piano is back there. It's in the back. Not so important. Then we have this pad here. It's definitely in need of some side chaining. Let's put on this. So, oh, it is there. Oh yeah, a book a little bit there. Whoa, 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 let's not panic. Attack is too fast, so it's clicking. Okay, and now? Definitely upgraded the mix here. By the way, when I finish the show, it's actually mastered, so you're gonna hear it. Maybe not exactly the same way that I hear it, but kind of. Good, so let's continue. Let's create the breakdown moment. Again, so we're dropping here a little bit. So I want to have a moment. It has to have a big moment here. Let's say that we're betting up toward it here. Snare rolls. Need a crash here. So I would probably drop this completely. I would say here. And for this, I'm gonna go into the parameter of the drum machines, and I'm gonna do record or touch if you prefer. I'm gonna do an high pass filter. So I hope I recorded. So it should be here. I cut filter here. I put it back onto read because we don't want to mess it up when we touch other stuff. So what I've done is I cut the kick out slowly. You can hear it. By cutting the high end of it, not the low end. So I can do that with all the percussions, make some effects a bit later, or I can also, an example, do it here to create an effect. You can hear that. Useful, very useful. And then bring it back in. I'm gonna continue into our mega breakdown, let's say. So here we need some emotion, I guess. So we have to bring it back, but for real. So we'd have some lyrics here. I think it would continue with some lyrics for another 8 bars for sure here. And then build it up slowly. So let's say lyrics, and then start building up again. I'm gonna extend this drum roll a little bit and probably automate some volume with it. So I'm doing some basic mixing now. You know, I work on the mix a little bit, creating some automations, and then after I'm done with you guys for this session, showing you what I'm doing, I will go one level deeper to really refine the track, and you can of course find it on our site wemakedancemusic.com. This could be used as a good template to make a radio mix. If you keep the drum arrangement, you can look at the structure, you know, you can build your own melodies and keys on top of it. Very useful template, of course. I would like another. I like bass pads, you know, I don't know if you guys are into bass pads, but for me, let's take the pure bass keys here. With the low pass on, it's not gonna work with my pad. So I have a tendency when I work on breakdown personally to use automations to bring the best out of the elements. So look, if we have room here with this, it's already fully open, I think. That's so weird, kind of. It's just a little background synth, I guess. There's not so much to do with that. However, this one here, I'm sure we can do something with it. Yep, there's definitely some room for some progression here. I'm gonna do touch, go in here, touch, touch some more, show the automations. No, it doesn't want to show the automations. Ah, here's some automations. Here we go. Now we have the cutoff. I'm gonna bring it up like this. Bring it down a little bit, bring it up again. So I do believe that what I'm doing is very important, guys, because like I said, I started doing this series about mixing and arranging and mixing and mixing and arranging, whichever, which is the job of somebody. And I think a lot of people don't put enough thought or work into that, and this is why I started doing this, because you know I can make templates all day, which I love to create stuff from scratch, but as you go into your craft and you practice, you have to do that too. You also have to do a bit of mastering. You have to understand the instrument. You have to do synthesis. You have to do sound design. You have to do... It's like a whole field. Music production is not simply go and splice, download some shit, make a track together, and then be cool because everybody like whatever the shit you play because you're cool. This is not what music is about. Probably cut it. Try to make it dramatic, but again, for radio, you don't want to be too dramatic. I mean, you're not gonna make some massive trends build up because maybe your audience is not so much into that. Maybe I have that after breakdown, maybe I won't. I don't think I will go with all the percussions yet. I think we should tease a little bit. Be good in this part, bring as much depth and dimension as we can, and then here we're gonna bring it back for that's okay, I can put a few on top of each other, so we're all good until everything kind of drop. So that's good. This is gonna be here, we're bringing back this bass and all the elements because this is the ending. Bring it down slowly. And then another effect that I use, so I'm gonna go into my master here. I'm gonna, this is not, the master is here. Create track here. So I'm creating a master track because I want to automate it. So I'm gonna go here into my master and I will set up the EQ. This steep curve. So what I'm doing, taking this and then put it onto touch and then record only this high pass. So it's like literally a filter, but it's a filter that's made with an EQ, which is really a filter. So all those filter things that you might use are nothing but EQs. So oh, it didn't record somehow. Touch. No, I was not on the right track. Oh, it's here. There you go. So I'm not going to use it so much, but I think I will probably do a bit of an effect here. Filtering everything, the whole track, like literally. And I can go really, really hard, like go this, like. So my goal with this was to do an ending to the track. So I'm going to take it here. And then I'm gonna slowly sweep it up to create an ending. I don't think it's necessary to go that crazy. Can you? I just wanted this little noise here. That's all I wanted. Need a bit more space. So it's not necessary to bring it all the way to 20,000, but I could just... So this is my way to do some ending. It could be also a low pass, it could be many different things. Auditing an high pass and automating the main out is another good technique that you guys should know about if you're doing some stuff for radio and stuff like that. So here we used one time, use another time. I think this bass here has a bit too much. I just wanted the so then we're coming down. So like I said, I do not have some vocals, so I cannot really complete the track. So we've done some arranging, some mixing of a commercial progressive track, I would say. And that's gonna be it, guys, for episode 75 of the EDM Sessions. If you like this, smash that like button, subscribe, come back. If this is your first episode, watch the other 75. There's actually a bit more that I've done about creating music. Always this POV, me talking to you guys, explaining what's happening. There's a lot to be learned. And of course, as always, may the sounds be with you guys.